Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new, my name is Melissa and welcome to my channel. Today we are doing a follow-up video to my last video and showing you everything I can fit in my new fanny pack. So let's get started. So yes, I'm doing a follow-up video. Some of you guys requested it and I just wanted to do one. So I'm going to show you guys everything that I can fit into my fanny pack. Some of this stuff is very specific to Disney, some of it is not. So it's kind of a mixture so you can see what exactly you can fit into this fanny pack. If you did not see my previous video, I will leave it linked up above. But in case you don't want to go back and watch it and you want to just stay here and watch it, or watch this, I bought the new Vera Bradley Mickey mini belt bag. That's what it's called. If you are interested, again, interested in an unboxing, I will link that up above. But here it is, just outside, and I'm going to go through it and show you guys everything that I could fit into it and everything that I would take if I were going to take this to the parks. I have also worn this without all the extra park stuff, and I'll say which stuff I keep and which stuff that just is extras. With that all being said, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so to start off, I want to show you guys everything that I've clipped on the outside. So first things first, I have a hand sanitizer. This one is just Target brand hand sanitizer. I keep it clipped on the outside, and if I want to, I can refill this with more hand sanitizer. I actually haven't gotten through this. I have so many hand sanitizers right now, as a side note. But I keep that clipped to this zipper thingy, the zipper, and that way it's easily accessible. I can just squirt after going on a ride, whenever my hands feel yucky. I feel like one of the things that I do before I eat is always put hand sanitizer on, and I'm always digging through my bag, and I just want to eat. So that way it's just right here and I can squirt and then eat as I please. And then the other thing that I keep clipped on the outside, I've talked about this before on my channel. This is an ear holder. So your ear slips through right here, and there's actually buttons on the inside that button together to hold it in place. I made this myself, but they sell them on Etsy. I actually just saw that they sold them on Amazon. I'm actually thinking of buying another one because although I love this one, it is a little too loose for my taste. So I want to see if I can get one that's a little tighter. But yes, I keep that on my lounge flies when I go to Disney. And I decided to clip it on my fanny pack. I actually wore a different fanny pack the last time I went to Disneyland, and I clipped it on and I didn't find it annoying at all. And I only really take off my ears on rides, and so attaching it to this is really helpful that I don't forget them, because I will just stick this on my lap, or sometimes I won't even unbuckle it and I'll just like leave it like this. And so it's helpful that I will not forget it in the pouchy thing. That is what I have on the outside. And again, if you are irritated by it, obviously you could probably fit the hand sanitizer, right? You can't fit ears. So you probably might have to forego you might have to hold them or something like that. But yes, that is on the outside. And then I wanted to show you guys on the back, there is another zipper. I don't think I actually showed this backside in my first video, but this is the pattern, what it looks like on the back. There is a zipper right here, and this is where I kept my phone. Now, I use my phone to film on, but I did take my phone case off to show you guys that it does in fact fit in here even full. My phone is an iPhone 11. Yes. 12? No, I think it's an iPhone 11, and it like just barely fits in there. So I will say if you have anything larger, you probably won't be able to fit it, but mine does fit in there. So maybe you've got a thinner case. My case is a little thick, but I wouldn't say it's too thick, and it takes a little shoving, so it's not an easy in and out pull. But yes, so number one inside is my phone. Moving on to the main pocket, zip it. Here is the main pocket. Let's start going through. First things first, I do want to say that I did not put a wallet in here because when I use this, I guess I should say, I use the little pockets and I just stick my cards in there, and I didn't want to show them on camera for obvious reasons because I did not want to flash my information. I will also say, if you have a thin enough, if you don't want to stick it in there because you might forget to transfer it, or if you're transferring between bags, this also could easily fit a card holder. But I will say, in Disney, they take Apple Pay everywhere, and you can also use your Magic Bands if you're staying on property, or if you have like an Apple Watch, you can also use that to pay in your phone, obviously. So I don't know if they take Google Pay as well. You probably will be able to Google it, but I don't in general take any forms of payment except for maybe like emergency cash into the parks, just in case like the system goes down or something. But besides that, I don't take anything except for my ID, which I honestly most of the time will actually just slip into my phone case, because that way I know it's with me. But yes, if that is something you want to bring with you, there are card slots. So I did not include a wallet in this because I personally would just use the card slots. So let's take a look at the first thing that I have. This is the biggest thing I have in here, and it is an essential to me in the Florida heat and also the Southern California heat, and that is a fan. I use the O2 Cool fan. I got this on Amazon before we went on our first Disney World trip in 2021, and I love it. It is very, very powerful, and it is my favorite fan I've ever used. I actually kind of want to buy another one, but it also can hang around your, around your neck. I was gonna say around your chest. No, around your neck, and so that way you can have your fan blowing on you and you don't have to hold it. I will say this is very, very bulky. It takes up a lot of space in this, so if you want, you could take a smaller fan. I know they make like foldable fans now, so you could also take that. It just might not be as powerful and it might not hang around your neck, but I personally love this one. So that's the first thing that I have inside the big pocket. The next thing that I have, I'm actually keeping in the like pockets inside, is a hair band. This is essential for me. I don't have super long hair anymore, but I used to have like waist length hair. Now I just kind of have longer medium length hair, I guess you could call it. But it is essential when you're going on rides. You just like want to pull your hair back. The one thing that I wasn't able to fit into here that you might want also is a hairbrush as well. I was not able to fit in the fanny pack, but also my only travel sized hairbrushes are still really, really big. So if you had a foldable brush, I feel like you'd be able to fit it in there, but that's just me. But I definitely recommend taking some form of a hair tie, whether it's a scrunchie or maybe like a hair clip, but a plain old brown hair tie works for me. The next thing that I have is chapstick. I love chapstick. I wear chapstick all the time. I actually don't wear this particular brand most of the time. I normally wear the Vaseline brand because I just find that my skin is more compatible with it, but this is what I currently have. But yes, so chapstick, I'm a chapstick fiend, I guess you could say. I love chapstick and I promote it very much. And actually you can buy chapstick with SPF, so also check that out. Which, speaking of SPF, that brings me into our next item, which is sunscreen. So I actually don't have a small tube of sunscreen, but what I do have is face sunscreen. It's not as strong, it's only 30 SPF, but I thought I could use it to represent the sunscreen that you could possibly have and want. Like I said, this is just a representation, but I highly recommend bringing sunscreen into the parks. I cannot tell you the amount of times I've gotten sunburned because I did not reapply in the parks. I personally would not recommend bringing spray sunscreen just because you don't want to ignore the guests around you. So I think having a small thing of sunscreen, and you could very easily fit it into this, is absolutely perfect. I will say that you can also, not this particular bottle, but with other bottles, you could also probably refill it if you don't want to keep buying and using plastic containers, or you just don't want to spend money on that. You can also do that. And I believe they also sell travel sized sunscreen in the parks as well if you did not bring one with you. So sunscreen, an absolute essential. absolute essential. You need this. Trust me. Whether you're going to Florida or going to Southern California, you absolutely need it. Next up, I had another representation, and this is a little mini pill container. This is what I use when I go to the parks anyways. I just use these little pill, I think they're technically called pill boxes. And I just stick a little bit of ibuprofen, and if I do take medication and I need to take it in the middle of the day, normally I take all my medication in the morning, so it's usually not a problem because it's just part of my morning routine. But if for some reason you need to take medication in the middle of the day, you can put it in here. My grandma uses this for all of her medication. She keeps a little container in her pill box or in her purse, and she just pulls it out and takes it. But what I personally would use this for is ibuprofen, because I get really bad migraines and really bad headaches. So having ibuprofen on hand is super important. Honestly, I feel like everyone is prone to headaches in Disney, so highly recommend this. I don't know. I don't think I could carry my migraine medicine because I think that's sensitive to light, but anything that's not sensitive to light, you could definitely carry in this. So, pill bottle, another highly recommended item. I will also say one more thing about the pill bottle is you don't need something that's super big, because unless you're taking, like, I don't know, I feel like you could probably fit like 10 ibuprofens in here, and you can just refill it every time you need to. Hopefully you're not taking an ibuprofen every single day on your vacation, but just in case. Alright, this was a pretty quick video. We're down to our last 2 items. The next item is another thing to beat the sun. If you can't tell, I'm very sun, I don't want to say prone, what is the word I'm looking for? Sun, I don't like the sun. I have a pair of sunglasses. These are sunglasses that I believe I got from Five Below a couple years ago. Either that or the dollar store, I don't know, but they are just normal sunglasses, just to represent that you should be bringing sunglasses in. I can't tell you how many times I've forgotten my sunglasses for Disney and then immediately regretted it. So I highly, highly recommend you wear those. Also, something I did last time is I also hooked them on to my carabiner right here and hung them on the outside as well, if you are comfortable hanging things on the outside. I know some people want to preserve their look, but yes, you can also do that if your sunglasses take up too much space. I will say that if you are someone who carries them in a container, like a case, that you probably won't be able to fit that much more than just a case. But just having a pair of sunglasses, I use really cheap sunglasses. My other pair that I use all the time is from Amazon, so I don't use them in a case. I just wear them. I just, keep them loose. But yes, sunglasses, very important to me. I also forgot to add, usually in the parks, I will also bring a hat if I'm going and I'm wearing ears. But with this bag, I definitely couldn't fit an emergency hat. So that is another thing that you probably could not fit in your bag as well. And then finally, the last item. This is another essential, and I personally love this and highly recommend it. It is a fuel rod. This is something that they sell in the parks, and I think it's also available outside of the parks. But basically, one of these things, you pay a purchase price for the actual fuel rod, and then you can change it out as much as you want forever. So you can bring it on one vacation and then bring it back for the next vacation. There's no this is only good for a week type of thing like they have for the popcorn buckets and that kind of stuff. This is good forever, and you can keep bringing it back and switching it out for nothing. When I bought mine, I believe it was $25, and that was in Disneyland, and now I believe it's up to $40. The last time I went to Disney World, that's how much it was in Disney World. So it has gone up dramatically in price, I will say. But for me, when $25 was worth it, I will say that it does not hold a super long charge. I think it can get it up 30%, 25 to 30% on my phone, but nothing really more, which is fine because if you're able to switch it out, you can just switch it out after it's done charging. I will also say that the process is a little confusing to switch it out, so just also bear that in mind. And they don't have kiosks everywhere. The kiosks are typically, I actually found that there was more kiosks in Disneyland than there were in Disney World. But in Disney World, they're typically in the these stores in like the big stores especially, and then they'll also be randomly spread throughout. And you can also find them on the My Disney Experience app if that's something that you are looking for. I think you can just literally search it up and they'll tell you where they are. In Disneyland, I remember there was a few that were just like randomly tucked in by like bathrooms or like water fountains. So the My Disney Experience app, however, will tell you all of that information if you want to use them. But yeah, I do really like mine. I don't know how I feel about a like $40 purchase price, because again, significantly cheaper when I bought it. But I think that if you are someone that goes multiple times, or is going to go multiple times, I should say, that it might be worth it if for the convenience. You know, I remember I saw someone say you can either save money or you can save time, and this is, I feel like, is one of those things. You can either save money or you can save space. So yeah, with that being said, that is everything that I was able to jam into my bag. Let's give my final thoughts on the space saving, whether or not I like it, and all of that. So let's close it on out. All right, so what are my final thoughts? Do I feel like I could last a day in Disney just wearing a fanny pack? Well, there's one item that I did not show that I personally think is the #1 most important item to bring to Disney besides your ticket, and that is a water bottle. I personally am very, very sensitive to dehydration, as I'm sure many, many, many of you are, and I personally am a very big believer in bringing my own water bottle versus buying a water bottle there. Plus, even if you bought one, you wouldn't be able to carry it and reuse it. You would have to drink it all at once and then throw it away, and that's too much money in my opinion. But I mean, if that's something you're willing to do, then go for it. You can, however, as a free option, go to any quick service, and they will either, I know in Disneyland, again, sorry to compare and contrast Disneyland and Disney World. In Disneyland, they will have literally like a tray of waters out near the mobile order pickup area. In Disney World, I've heard you can either ask for a cup or they'll hand you a cup and that kind of variation. But you can get free ice water at any quick service, or I don't want to say any, actually, most quick service. All the quick services I've ever been to, you can get a free glass of ice water. Whether or not you are buying food, if you're just passing by, you can also get that. So if that's a free option as well, if you are someone who doesn't want to carry around a water bottle. Because to be honest, water bottles do add a lot of weight. I, however, am someone who forgets to drink water, and so having the convenience of a water bottle with me at all times is something that I really do value, because that way, whether or not I'm in line or if I'm taking a break, and that kind of thing, I can always have some water with me. I mean, if you want to stop and take a break and drink water, that's a great thing, but for me personally, I really like having a water bottle with me. And that's not really possible with this. I know they have like water bottle holders. I personally would not trust this strap to hold a water bottle on it. I just don't feel like it would be strong enough. I could see it snapping and breaking. Anyway, that is my biggest issue with wearing a fanny pack to Disney. However, I do think that if you are someone who wants to wear a fanny pack, this is a great size. I think it's maybe slightly smaller than like some of the other like athleisure type of fanny packs, but besides that, I think it's a really great option. It's very like hidden Mickey-y, like from far away you just be like, oh, those are circles. So I really like that aspect. If you're not as big of a Disney adult and you want something a little more toned down, I think it works really well. Overall, I give it an A+ for comfortableness, comfort for space, and for like the design. I really do like it as a fanny pack. Okay, I got cut off, but I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching it, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below for more magic from me. And let me know down below in a comment if I forgot anything that you believe is a park essential. With that all being said, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!